used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this feeling. It seems my dream won't go away, so it's more like...
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you episode number 29 of our career mode with Frankfurt. So the season is going extremely well. The run of form that we are on at this moment in time is just unbelievable. We are playing so well, we're digging out the results when we need to dig them out, and we're battering teams when we need to batter them, which is sensational. I just wish Dortmund would slip up and lose 4 or 5 games to give us a hope of trying to win the title. I don't think that's even possible for us. I don't think finishing in the top 2 is possible. I think literally it's aiming for the top 6 to get European football for next season. But as you can see, we start off in sloppy fashion, gifting Hanover the ball, and Hanover punishes for making such a sloppy start to the game. Why we just didn't get rid of the ball. At the end of the day, if in doubt, whack it out. Just get the ball out. Unfortunately, we didn't do that, and we were made to suffer. And again, a poor decision by Marc-Oliver Kempf. He overcommits just a fraction too early there. He gets the handball, then he follows through into the player. So it's a choice of 2 for what the free kick was. The handball, which I think was ball to hand and not hand to ball. And then, of course, the actual follow through on the tackle, which I would probably think that the actual free kick was awarded. And we were punished for being sloppy again. Poor marking in the 6-yard box. Trappy this is the only criticism I think I'm going to give Trappy all season. Or I think this is the only criticism I think I can offer to Trappy over the course of nearly a season and a half in charge of Frankfurt. Why the hell did he not come out and dominate his 6-yard box in a commanding fashion? If he'd come out and taken that ball, it would still be 1-0 and there might be a fighting chance for us. But 2-0 down, it is such a mountain to climb, and it's more embarrassing because it's at home in front of our beloved fans. So we start off the second half and still Hanover are pushing and coming at us, and we give away a sloppy penalty. When will we stop giving away these goddamn penalties? Absolutely annoying to say the least. And the worst part of it was poor Marc-Oliver Kempf. Not only did he give away the free kick for the first goal, he's given away the tackle for the penalty, which could lead to the third goal for Hanover, which is just, it must be mortifying for the lad. But he's a young lad. I have faith in him, hence why he's in the team, because he has the ability. I like a player who gets in there, but he's just got to calm down a little bit and time his tackles. Will Trappy save the penalty? No need to save it, because Hanover stick it onto the post. And I feel like that was the EA God saying, do you know what, it wasn't a penalty, and we're really sorry for screwing you over. But, you know, that is football. It's the way it goes at the end of the day. If you put the challenge in, you run the risk of conceding a free kick. But Wallison came on, started to liven things up, knocks the ball into Jimenez, and Jimenez just slots it home in fantastic fashion. And it was great to be able to bring Wallison on. He's such an impact player. That's one of the reasons why I bought him, because he's an impact player. He's got the pace, he's got the passing ability, and for me personally, he's an almighty finisher, but he doesn't get a lot of opportunity to play. And with Jimenez being so good, while we can see the third goal, that was really sloppy, so I don't want to talk about it. It's just poor marking. Where the freaking hell is our fullback? Where is our left back? He is nowhere to be seen. The team has shifted all across to the right, left a gaping hole the size of Niagara freaking Falls on the left-hand side, and we were punished for it. And that has to be one of the most disappointing results all season for me personally. The run of form we were on was spectacular. You know, we were taking every game as it comes. We were winning every game as it comes. We were getting the points when needed. We were digging deep. We were playing good football. We were scoring goals. To lose that game and then have to go into a European tie at home, and an important European tie, because yes, we've qualified for the next stage of the Euro League, the Europa League, but if we win, we qualify in a better position. We will win the group, which for me would be absolutely fantastic, and send a real clear, concise message out to the rest of Europe that Frankfurt are no mugs, we're no pushovers, and we are going all the way to the final. I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, unfortunately, because the league to me is not as important. The only importance about the league is finishing in 6th position. We finished there, I've done my job, I've got us back in Europe. But this is our first attempt in Europe under my management, and I want the boys to do me proud. Obviously the German Cup is a different situation. We're defending that, so I won't be a mug and I won't piss around with the German Cup, because I want the boys to defend the German Cup. If we go out in the first round, the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, as long as we do ourselves proud, I'll be happy. But as you can see, Valencia wanted that win as much as we did. They were playing such nice intricate football around our 18-yard box. Absolutely dominating us there. But we just stayed cool, calm and collected until my boy, he's wearing the cultured number 7. I will remember his name. Marco. Is it Hoga or Hoga? It doesn't really matter because I'm on holiday so I can't get it correct. But it was just such a fantastic tackle. The referee did book another player, but watch the tackle by Marco. This is why I gave him the iconic number 7 shirt. Talk about plough through the Valencia number 7. Ouch, that has got to hurt. And it was probably the only real highlight of that first half, which is embarrassing to say the least. The boys were really affected by that 3-1 loss to Hanover. It knocked them for absolute 6. Their heads were down, but I tried to pick up and just said, come on boys, this is European football. Sharok knocks it into Young into the box, it comes to Sonny, and unfortunately Sonny just puts it over the bar with his left foot. But it was a real bright spot. The second half he started to come to life, started to play really good football. We feed the ball into Jimenez, our absolute legend, our absolute hero at this moment in time. The ball's out with the right hand side of Sharok. Sharok just plays it gently over the top into Sonny. Sonny with a first time cross into Jimenez, and the Iceman himself slots the ball home like an absolute genius he is. But that cross by Sonny, don't underestimate it because that's an fantastic talent. He watches the bounce, he gets it absolutely pinpoint perfect. A first time cross of that magnitude speaks volume for his ability. And at the end of the day, are we really worried what happens when the ball is crossed? Because we know if Jimenez is in that box, 9.99 times out of 10, the ball's going to be rippling in the back of the net. And on this occasion, it rightly was. So I decided to make 2 substitutions. I bought Sonny off because I didn't want to overplay him. He was playing so well as well. I actually do regret taking him off. I also bought off Jimenez because I want to save his legs. He's done what he needs to do, which is get the goal. That's what I want him to do. Essentially, if he scores in the first minute, I'd actually be tempted to take him off and save him for the next game because if he gets an injury, that could really destroy our season. But on a positive note, we did see out the game against Valencia. We did nick the 1-0 win. We did play well in the second half, but my God, that first half was absolutely awful, an absolute disgrace. But we managed to pull it off, which is the main factor, and I was absolutely chuffed to win the group. To win our European group at the first time of asking, I think is sensational. I think is really good, and it shows how far the boys have come under my stewardship, and hopefully we can build upon that, get a nice tie, hopefully, for the next round. Someone easy. Go and do the business and just progress would be absolutely sensational. But we'll have to wait and see how that all pans out. But as you can see, we are away from home. The question is, can we bounce back from that disgraceful defeat against Hanover? We played poorly. We looked awful. Can we pick ourselves up and come back for it? As Lezz is showing his determination and his inability to give up a ball. He never stops chasing. He is like Carlos Tevez for me. He always hurries and harries, and he's added that to his game in the season and a half I've been in management, and I think that's fantastic. But again, what do we do? What do we do? Yes, you've guessed it. A sloppy, pointless, wasted free kick on the edge of the box. Why do we do this to ourselves? It's almost as if we're saying, do you know what? It's far too easy. This game is far too easy. We've got to stop making it too easy. Let's make it a mountain to climb. Let's make it difficult for ourselves, just because we know we can. But the ball comes out to Hakan, he goes for the shot, and unfortunately it was blocked, and there was no real highlights for us because we weren't playing that well until Wallison picks the ball up deep, knocking it through into Lezz. Lezz can't get his way past the centre-back, unfortunately, and it was just a bad first half. Absolutely awful. You could see that the boys were standoffish. You know, they didn't look confident, though in Europe, in that second half in Europe, I would have hoped they used that form against Valencia because they looked confident. They were playing confident. We were knocking the ball around in a majestic fashion. But in the league at this moment in time, it's just so difficult. We're just not at the same levels. And thankfully, our opponent's goalkeeper makes an absolute grave error. That is of biblical proportion of a cock-up. I mean, you come out and that first touch is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All I can do and all I can say is, thank you, EA. You have truly felt sorry for me. You realised that I was playing so badly during this session of FIFA that you had to gift me a goal, and I thank you for it. I honestly thank you for it because I was playing so bad. And that first touch from a goalkeeper, if that was my goalkeeper in an Ultimate Team game or in a career mode game, I would have been screwing so badly. Absolutely screwing so badly. Thankfully it wasn't. It worked in our favour. And before I finish this game, What about that miss from Jimenez? Oh my days. I don't want to talk about Jimenez. I go on about Jimenez way too much because I love and adore the guy. I think he's fantastic. But what a miss by Jimenez. So we managed to win the league game, which I was really happy with. It's essentially the first round of the German Cup. Now, it's against a weak side. And I've always said that I will sim the first round. So we're going to sim the first round, see if we can get the victory. Of course, Jimenez starts as goal scoring off really early doors in the 9th minute. What a sensational player he is. I love him so much. Stop talking about him. Let's move on. It's still 1-0. We're entering the 50th minute. Bamber Hansen picking up a yellow card, which is a surprise. And then, of course, Jimenez knocks in the second. He also misses a penalty to get his hat-trick. And Obzipka nails a third to give us a 3-0 lead going into the final minutes. And that was it. We won 3-0. I can't believe Obzipka scored, but he's a class player. And Jimenez missing a penalty, I just don't believe it. I just do not believe Jimenez would have missed the penalty. He must have given it to someone else and they thought it was Jimenez. I don't know, but that's just rubbish. So we got 125,000 from the Cup game and we got 2.3 million from the Europa League game, which I thought was fantastic. So I thought, do you know what? Lucas Piazon has gone to Frankfurt in the real world. Let's have a little look at him. Oh my God, he wants 80 grand a week. You're kidding me. We can't afford 80 grand a week, even on loan. Can't even afford to buy him. Now, Toulouse have come in. This is a big decision. He's worth between, 16 to 18 to 26 million. Or is it 18 as a minimum and 26 million as like a top end? Well, do you know what? I don't care if he's worth 50 million. You ain't getting your hands on the best player in the world currently. I ain't selling my boy Jimenez, but what a player we have turned him into. He's gone from, spending out 5 million to being worth nearly 30 million euros.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star.